What's up, guys? Today we're starting the build on this 2004 SVT Focus that I picked up a couple of days ago for $200. I'll kind of give you a tour of it, and then we'll put a battery in it and see if we can get it started. As you can see, I haven't done anything at all to it other than bring it home. It's very muddy because it's missing the sunroof, and they were picking up a tarp off the ground and slinging it over the car and got the car all muddy. But overall, it's pretty straight. It's got quite a few little dents and dings, but we'll see if we can't get it cleaned up and get some parts to get it running and driving again.
What are you doing?
So supposedly all this car needs to run and drive is a battery and a starter. I'm sure we will get into more than that. Obviously it needs a radio, it needs a lot of cleaning, but $200 for an SVT Focus that supposedly has a good motor in it and transmission, I think is worth it. So I've been chomping at the bit to get the battery in this thing and start troubleshooting, see what all we can figure out's wrong with it. So let's go ahead and put the battery in. So I went to Walmart earlier and picked up a battery and two brass battery terminals because I saw that the car didn't have any battery terminals whenever I was checking it out. So there's already a couple more small things that the previous owner didn't mention that he needed. I also saw he told me that he had put this engine in, that when he got the car it was blown up and he was just tired of messing with it. So some of the wiring job here is looking kind of hacked, but we'll see if we can't get that straightened out. So I'm pretty sure that this is the ground. It looks like it goes over to the block. And these two red wires go in the harness, so those are hot. And this other black wire goes down to a red wire where it's spliced with a wire nut, looks like. And that goes on down to the starter. So those three are hot, and this one's ground. I guess the big question is, are all those wires long enough to get to this hot terminal? Alright, that should work for now. Let's hop in and see what she does. It's been a few days since I filmed the part that you just watched. I had some issues with the footage that I filmed since then, so I decided to just explain what happened since then and wrap up this first video. We did figure out something pretty big that should be interesting, so hang on till the end to watch. Anyway, after I installed the new battery, the car wouldn't crank, which is expected since the previous owner said it needed a new starter. And I tried push starting it, but it wouldn't push start. So I did some troubleshooting and I figured out this is the terminal off the starter, and the wire was crimped in there. It just had a bare section of wire that was crimped in this, and then the wire continued on to the alternator, and this thing broke off, so the starter was not getting any power. Focus. There you go. You can see how it's broke. So I got that fixed and got everything hooked up, and the car would crank, but it wouldn't start. So I had to make a trip out of town, and the town I was going to had a U-Pull-It junkyard, so I was able to pick up a new sunroof, new used sunroof. Got that installed, so the car's somewhat more waterproof. And whenever back to trying to start it, when I pulled the spark plug wires down in there, you see the spark plug, that was all full of water. And from my previous Z-Tech experience, I know that Z-Techs won't run when the spark plug wells are full of water, so I got that all cleaned out. Still wouldn't start. Ended up having a buddy help me, and I figured out that the timing belt, which you can see here is all shredded, is broken, and the cams are not turning over. Regular Z-Techs are not interference engines, so that would just be replace the timing belt and go on with life. But since the SVTs have a lower head clearance, they are interference engines. So it looks like the next step in this is going to be pull the head and see what all damage is done. Hopefully it's just a few bent valves. There have been a few people that said that their car survived with no bent valves after breaking a timing belt that I've seen on the forums, but I'm not real hopeful it'll just be that. I'm just hoping it's just bent valves, but we will have to see after we get the head off. And I think I'm just going to pull the entire engine, because I don't really have room to leave this car in my shop for the long term, and I found some other sketchy stuff that the previous owner did when he was installing this engine. So I kind of want to just pull this engine out, go through everything, make sure it's all right before we put it back in. So that's going to wrap up this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Comment on what you think we should do with this car. I'm thinking about turboing it, but I will probably try to get it running stock before I turbo it, just so less issues to troubleshoot if it doesn't run right. Anyway, comment and let me know if of things to improve. This is my first video, so all help will be appreciated. Thanks guys, catch you later.